And let's turn now to Xi Van Fleet. She's a survivor of Mao's Cultural Revolution. And we've talked to Xi many times before on what she's seeing happening here in the United States. And we wanted to get an update from her now. Xi, great to have you with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me back.
What do you make of seeing this image of the 45th president in a mugshot overnight and the endless efforts to try and destroy him in the criminal justice system?
Well, what can I say? It's communism. It is cultural revolution. And for people who have no historical knowledge about it, it is time to learn about communism. This is it.
Yeah, and you're seeing it here. Is this obviously? You know, we've talked before about, say, like in 2020, as people were being harassed in the streets into mouthing the words and during the George Floyd riots, things like Black Lives Matter, and getting yelled at restaurants unless they complied. We talked about that, and now we're watching as political opponents are being arrested. But one of the things I'm detecting, Xi Van Fleet, is there are a lot of people who are seeing this and who are sick of it. Are things going better right now, or are we still in a downward trajectory?
I don't know. I hope this is a wake-up call to many Americans. Okay, I can tell you what I experienced during the Cultural Revolution. And so to understand communism is that it is not merely an economic system. It is a totalitarian system, and it does not allow any dissenting voices. It does not allow oppositions to its party and to its leader. During the Cultural Revolution, one of the main chief targets for Mao was his political enemy, the president of China, Liu Shaoqi. He wanted to bring him down. And when Liu finally understood Mao's intention for launching the Cultural Revolution, he pleaded with Mao and said, can I just retire from my post and let me go back to my home village? I will just become an ordinary citizen, so spare the nation of this revolution. No way. No way, because communists do not allow their political enemy just go and retire. It has to be crushed, has to be killed, physically killed. And that's what happened to the president of China during the Cultural Revolution. And
because
people
dissent,
need to learn.
Dissent needs to be stamped out. It needs, and the idea, if you can destroy the man, you can destroy people thinking about that or even engaging in thoughts like that.
Exactly. And of course, the real goal is not him. The goal is to show people, anyone, even the president of China, if he dare to oppose me, they all have to be gone. They all have to be gone. And that is what Trump told us, and he's totally right. They're not against him. They're not after him. They're after us. They're after not just Trump, but Trump's advisors and attorneys.
Yes.
But eventually, it's the supporters, people like us. We will be next. And
some already have been. And some already have been. You've got people who were sitting in solitary confinement in a D.C. jail in the wake of January 6th for extended periods of time. You have pro-life people who have SWAT teams showing up at their homes. You have parents speaking up at school board meetings who are considered domestic terrorists. Clearly, the weapon of government, this tyranny, has been turned against an array of people, all dissenters of the current regime.
Yeah, but I have even worse news for the people who are cheering, because after everyone like us were taken care of, it's next is them. Yeah, they will be the next, because no one would allow to raise any noises. The only thing you could do is follow and obey. So that's something they need to learn. Even though they think they are winning, they think they are on the winning team.
So one of the things that I've noticed about communist regimes is they still will pretend to hold meaningful elections where they say, oh, this person was chosen in an election, and the elections will be fraudulent. In our current environment, there's an effort to remove Donald Trump from the ballot entirely, to deprive the voter from having the ability to make a decision of whether or not they'd like Donald Trump to be president. again. Does this fall in line with your experience?
Yes, of course. Communism is above all deceptive. It always show itself as something great, as something good, for the greater good or for your own sake. It's always that way. And so when Mao got rid of his enemy Liu Shaoqi, we were taught he was the one to really destroy our system, our way of life, and to put us in the old society where we were the oppressed. So it's all those BS. And it's always that case, always here the same way. They are now defending so-called our democracy, right? That's what we're told. Same tactic. They're communists. They are. They're no longer Democratic Party. It is becoming a communist party.
Yeah, as our friend Mark Levin says so frequently, they're Marxists. What do you think we should do about this, Xi Van Fleet? What, with the time we have as a people, how should we use it?
Get involved. You got to get involved. You can't just sit there and complain. That's what happened to me 2 years ago. I got involved. I participated in the local organizations and be part of the bigger group. And then that's how I made my voice, went to the school board, and then now I become really a voice. And that's what everyone should do. Get involved.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Well, Xi Van Fleet, thank you as always for speaking up. We genuinely appreciate it. You're always one of the first people we think about when we want the big picture, and we're grateful that you can give it to us with your perspective. Thank you so much.